thought I might give a little tour of the large rest T3. So this is the tier 3 version of the large rest. So part of the reason I'm here in my creative game, so there'll be some, depending on as I'm looking at this, you may see some other stuff in the background that are currently off screen stuff. But at the moment, the emphasis here is the large rest. I had used the flattening tool to clear some things out, so I could work on things down towards the ground level. Although it looks like here there's actually is another layer going on, but as I was going back and forth, despawning the base, bringing it back in, looks like the last time I brought it back in, it did bring it down a little bit lower, but this stuff. Oh, hold on, no, that's not what I want. I want to drop out of God mode. I chose God mode because it wouldn't be quite as noisy. Oh, here are the generators. I want to say that there is, if I remember correctly, 4 generators on this thing right now. No, 8 generators. Plenty of generators, excess generators. I don't think it needs that much. That is anticipation that I would then at some point upgrade this to tier 4 and probably add a shield generator and who knows what else I will do at that time. But also I got a little excessive, lost count on putting my generators on there, but one of my concerns was, if we go down here, I actually added the tier 1 and tier 2 versions. This walkway goes down all the way down to the ground, depending, the idea being is that depending on how far you've buried into the ground stuff, you can just take the walkway down, and it's not a big deal if a bunch of it gets buried in the dirt. Well, in this case, I actually have added a walkway to added a structure underneath. So I wanted to preserve the appearance of the base up above, but for the tier 3 and stuff, here I have some storage specifically for the deconstructor. The rest of the storage is actually you see a 3 there, 5. So I have marked where they are with numbers. If I pull up here, are logistics. So yes, they're too far to reach those just from here, from the ground. This stuff. I suppose there were people who probably insist that maybe I should have had a walkway. I probably could have worked some sort of walkway up there, but I'd have to take something else out, reduce fuel tanks or something, to get the CPU necessary to be building the stuff. I know there's a little CPU to spare, but I don't think it's enough to build all the walkways to get to all of this stuff. But yeah, there's the 3, 5. However, then this says 2 and 4, and in the middle is the 1. The 1 you actually can get close enough, but you will be. Let's see if I go up the elevator here and stuff. Now that I actually have this structure here, it then gives me a walk area up here. I chose to come out here next to the solar stuff, but as you can see, there are hazards right over your head in here that raise radiation or other heat hazards. Maybe I should put some more sort of warnings around. Maybe that's what I'll do here and update the blueprint in a moment. Let's see. If we put a hazard there, hazard there. Suppose I could mark every little hazard here, but I'm just going to put a few of them up here. Of course, you know, this makes it look like a radiation hazard, but it's actually heat hazard. But just give you warnings, heads up. Maybe I'll figure out something I'll do more officially later or something. But the rooftop access here gives a view down into the, I'm getting roasted. If I was in survival, that would be a very roasting experience. But yeah, there's a furnace down there. In this case, this area, I actually did do a little more caution. These doors I have put on a sensor so they don't automatically open, and I've given you a warning, the caution hot. I did a little bedroom with its own facilities. Of course, then we have facilities here outside the bedroom, our deconstructor, I suppose I could have expanded this to give myself more space to put, you know, an actual medical facility, but right now this is, you know, all the medical is right here. I have 4 constructors. 4 constructors is my habit and the stuff. So the idea being here with 4 constructors, I can, you know, line up the constructors to either produce a whole bunch of, you know, I need a bunch of fusion cells. And I have the materials to do it. I might be telling each one of them to do 50. It'll still take them a bit, but it's going to be a lot faster than waiting for one to spit out 200 fusion cells by dividing up the job. So I usually typically do about 4 stuff. Then we have a little eating area, food processors, fridge over there, ATM, and let's see, okay, we got the furnace. I think that basically sums up the tour of that. Yes, those areas over there are those walkways just go down to the ground. They are not actually connected to, you know, those are just stairs. They don't actually have walkways over here. And you can kind of, if you, I don't know if you can see too well. Maybe if I had the sniper rifle or something like that, I could. Well, I can just go back to God mode. Go back over here. Each corner of this base has a wireless. All versions 1, 2, and 3. It's the stuff. Version 2, the T2 version, I did bump it up to the 8 sentry guns stuff. So it has 8 sentry guns. Doesn't have any turrets, but I have several other, a couple other bases in my collection that they are currently not done up, you know, with textures and paint jobs at this time yet. But I'll get there. I'll get there. I believe I will get to beautifying them, or at least making them a little more presentable. But yeah, the large rest I gave it a paint job and some texture work, and hope you enjoy. Yeah, not a whole lot to see here, so I'm the pictures on the tier 1 and the tier 2 that are on the workshop probably are more than adequate for most purposes, because there is no, those ones, it's just these stairs that go down. This is the one that actually has an actual facility built onto it. So, or in this case, under it. Okay. Well, enjoy.